the one program we started here in Houston in 1994, and one of the first two schools we started in 1995, has now blossomed into this national network of 82 schools, 82 public schools serving 20,000 kids around the country in 19 states and D.C.
Here we go.
KIPP, not just here in Baltimore, but across the country, has just got remarkable results for students. This is all about dramatically raising the bar. And KIPP has been as successful as anyone nationally at taking every single child. You heard children who had sort of given up hope before, who didn't have a good work ethic, who didn't really have dreams, start to become extraordinarily successful because they had great adults in their lives. So the level of commitment here amongst teachers, amongst principal, leadership teams has been extraordinary, and students respond to that. Students work hard. It's those kinds of lessons that we want to replicate nationwide. If we want to get better results, we got to work harder, and we got to be smart about how we work, but we got to spend more time. So that's absolutely a piece of the equation, no question about it.
We have a very simple formula for why we've gotten the success we've gotten. There's no magic. It's simply great teaching and more of it. It's really that simple. Now, easy to say, hard to do. But as a concept, it really is that easy. Great teaching and more of it. If there is a secret sauce to what we do, is how do you create and sustain the culture that motivates the teachers, the parents, the kids to want to be here, to want to put forth this extra effort, to have a common unified goal of getting all of our kids to and through college. That's what educators traditionally do not learn as they become principals, that we want our educators to learn as they become school leaders. There's more time. The kids are in school longer every day, every week, and every year. Right? They're set up as choice and commitment. There's a true viewing the kids and parents as the customers who need to be served well on a daily basis. There is power to lead, whether it's given to that school leader or stolen, right? The school leader winds up making the decisions over staff and budget and curriculum, again, in the best interest of the kids. There's high expectations. They're not, confetti doesn't fall from the ceiling. They celebrate because the kids pass the state, minimal skills test. They're truly focused on getting the kids to and through college, and they're measuring those results early and often to see how they're doing. How they actually set that up and what's around it, there's multiple flavors to how to do this, and more one way to skin the cat. But it's that basic framework, which works, and that's we're on a mission to prove that people shouldn't be making excuses. That if they would just spend the time and energy investing in those basic pillars, dressed up how they think it should be for their community, that the kids are going to knock it out of the park and get great results.
Teachers, they push you to your limit. Like, I know sometimes I hated my teachers because they really do push me. But in the long run, it pays off because right now I have pretty much all A's, and I'm looking at some great high schools, so it really does good.
When we have our kids graduate high school and go off to college, at the graduation celebration, it's not just the high school teachers that walk in the commencement. The middle school teachers and the elementary teachers that taught those kids walk in the commencement as well. Because that 12th grade teacher gets just as much or just as little credit for the outcome as the kindergarten teacher in the way we look at it. And that's the culture we've set up and created. Okay. The other part, the relationships we build in that culture, the fact that teachers and parents and kids truly feel part of an extended team and family.
Make us dream big because, they put in your head that you need to get to college, climb the mountain to college. And before that, I wasn't thinking about any of my high schools. But in 7th grade, they started, it's a class called KIPP to College, where you look at high schools you might go to or you won't go to. So I think, at other schools, they don't put into your head that you can go to college or that you can make something out of yourself. That's another thing that I like about KIPP, because they do care about you and they want you to succeed.
And so our theory is that if parents, especially low-income parents, truly can be consumers and choose, and just like you saw what happened with the phone company deregulation and the electric company deregulation, if people learn to become savvy consumers with what public school they send their kids to, then the schools themselves need to evolve into viewing the kids and parents as the customers who they need to be accountable to and need to serve, and serve well. The analogy there is before Federal Express came along, the U.S. Postal Service was a government monopoly. And being a monopoly, that caused low quality and high cost, which is a symptom of all monopolies. What Federal Express did, joined by then UPS and DHL and others, is that they broke up the monopoly. And at the end of the day, they didn't hurt the post office; they wound up making them better. So if healthy competition, breaking up a government monopoly, made overnight shipping better for all of us as consumers, are there lessons learned from that apply to public education? Because before charters came along, public education by and large has been set up as a government monopoly.
We go on the show! 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and the spider said 42, 48, 54, 60, 42, 48, 54, 60, 62, 72, how do you do?
What KIPP brand has meant to public education to push the bar is the collective impact is so much greater than the impact of any one individual school could do.
KIPP it's a great place, but you got to put the work in. You have to put the work in first, because if you just want to play around, you're not going to get it. And the work is advanced. It's not like the school they just came from. It's advanced work right now. 8th grade's working on Algebra 1. What's that? A 9th or 10th grade math class. Like, you can't just play around and think you're going to get it. So you have to want to be better.